Welcome back to another week of Hello Ladies, where feminism meets pro wrestling. We are your hostesses with the mostesses. I am Sabrina.
And I'm MJ.
And please remember to do your tributes and like, share, subscribe, all of that.
I thought you were going to say keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times. Please remember to
Do
keep
that
your
as
hands and
well.
feet.
Yes. Do that as
AKA buckle in.
And if you're Tyler, please consider putting your beverage down for the duration of this video or podcast.
That's true. That's true. I
We
like
will
how
not
we transitioned to a flight attendant type vibe now.
we will not be paying for the detailing of your car.
Like at the beginning of every wrestling show, there's always like the disclaimer on the front, or on the screen that pops up, like objects might be thrown into the crowd.
We will not be throwing anything at you yet. They haven't figured out that technology.
Oh my God. I saw one of those Google glasses or the Ray-Bans with like the Google that's like built into them. Oh my
Mhm.
God. I hadn't seen a commercial for those yet. It's fucking crazy. Have you seen that one where it's like they're on the motorbike and then she gets off and it's like they're on like this some kind of like, I don't know, Spanish speaking like island or something because there's like a sign and she needs to translate it, even though it's like the most fucking like generic Spanish ever that like anyone would know. It's like dance like this way. And I was like, yeah, we all know what bailar is. I don't know, it was so funny. But anyway, her glasses were like, Google translate this sign for me. And I was like, that's fucking like crazy. I don't know.
That is really cool. But
Yeah.
also
Scary, right?
dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The future iterations of this are what scare me.
Yes. Yes, yes,
Kind of
yes.
like something else scary. We Sabrina and I were just talking about a photo that was posted and also a subsequent video of Donald Trump and Logan Paul together. Sabrina, care to share your thoughts?
I had said this to MJ, and I will say it here. For any of us who may have thought that maybe Logan Paul was growing, changing as a person, he did us all a favor and he was like, let's keep it 100. Nope.
You, you sure about that?
I am who I am. Yeah.
I was disappointed personally. I don't know. I just
Yes.
it's frustrating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I, no, thank
Comment sections are crazy, right? I only barely dipped my toe in and ran out. I was like, I can't get stuck in this.
Hell no. No, 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 no. I want
Whew.
nothing to do with any of that.
Sabrina, you're always smarter than I am in that regard. I do get too curious, and you're just straight up like not doing it, and that's the smart path. I don't do that.
Comment sections are where humanity goes to die. Like, no, thank
Yeah,
you. No, no, no.
that's true.
I barely read my own comment sections. Of course, I always read the comment sections for our podcast, so you can go ahead and leave a comment.
But make it nice and don't thumbs down our podcast. You know you love it.
That is true. If you thumbs down the podcast, you have bad taste.
Speaking of having great taste, what are we talking about today on our lovely podcast?
Oh, yes. So
I promise it's not Donald Trump, everybody.
Clash at the Castle is happening this weekend already, and we will be doing our predictions because, as far as I'm aware, this is the full card that we have. So,
Yeah.
there's build.
I'm happy again that it's not a crazy card. I'm really liking the way that WWE is formatting these cards.
Yes, yeah. And I think actually these are all title matches.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. So, all right. We have for the women's tag belts, we have Bianca and Jade, current reigning champions,
Yep.
versus Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, who are, of course, from the UK, versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. And this is, Yeah. Actually, this is one of three matches that has someone from the UK involved. I think all of them have someone from Scotland involved, like of those three as well. So,
Yeah.
but who you got and why?
I think that we're not going to see Jade and Bianca lose those belts until one of the big four pay-per-views.
Yeah, I agree. Um,
I
my
I honestly I never want them to split up as a tag team. I fucking love them together so much. Like they changed the game for women's tag team wrestling, and it elevates everything in the WWE, and it's badass.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm excited for this match because the teams that they have all have great chemistry, like
Hmm.
as teams. So I think it'll be a really great match, but I agree, like I think it's perfect sticking um keeping those belts on Bianca and Jade for a bit.
I also think it's really smart that it's a triple threat match because I think this is gonna give us some lead, a really good lead into. Because I personally think that Zoe and Shayna are gonna take those belts off of Jade and Bianca eventually. So I feel like this is like a good build to kind of continuing that story.
Yeah, and I love also that like the women's tag belts have been getting time in
Yes.
women's tag teams in general. Um Shayna and Zoe Stark are one of the teams that I think people have just begun to love, even though they were
Yeah.
definitely supposed to be heels,
Yep.
but they're just
Shayna Baszler's social media antics are too lovable. Like you can't.
Mhm.
It's so good. It's so good.
I love how cranky she is.
Yeah. I love that you're the Daria of Wrestle Talk and you say that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I love Shayna Baszler, and it's probably because she is also a Daria.
Yes. Yep. 1,000%.
But, she's the Daria that could literally rip your head off.
Hmm. How do you feel about Shayna losing that at NXT Battleground? Were you surprised? Did you hear that she lost during that?
Um, I do like, yeah, I was not
Not
paying
to put you on the
attention.
spot, sorry.
Yeah,
I know.
I was not paying attention to that. I'm not gonna lie.
Sabrina and I always talk about how we need to start watching NXT. I just saw like a highlight of it and I was surprised that I think I want to say this is where I'm showing my like lack of knowledge, especially on NXT, but I think Lola Vice won. And like that was like kind of like an unexpected thing for everybody because Shayna is just such a beast. So people are like, "What are you doing to Shayna?" Like her booking has been interesting.
Yes, her booking has been interesting to say the least. Well, I'm gonna say maybe. My allergies have been like running amok, so nope.
Oh no.
The sneeze is not coming out, so we'll continue on. Did you have anything else to say about the
No. No,
situation?
no.
All right. Then we have Sammy versus Chad for the Intercontinental Championship. Who you got
God,
tonight?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I kept going back and forth on this one. Chad is on such a hot run right now, and there's rumors that his contract is up soon, right? I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I see Sammy retaining until at least SummerSlam. That's kind of where I'm at on it, but I'm torn because the way they're building Chad up right now is so fun to watch.
I think if Chad Gable has already agreed to sign like a extension, because I believe his contract runs out, I think this weekend.
Oh wow. Okay.
So, or at least that's what the rumors are.
Sure.
So, if he has agreed to a new contract,
Mm-hmm.
I think he's getting the belt this weekend. Um,
Mm.
if he hasn't, I think Sammy's retaining. But um, I'm so we have a little bit of a deviation here. I'm gonna go Chad Gable.
Okay. Okay. I see you. I see you.
I do hope Chad stays in WWE because they are doing so like he's getting plenty of screen time and he has
Yeah.
built up like so the fans are so invested in him. And I want to
Yeah.
see him on this like epic heel run.
WWE is doing a really great job of staying like ahead of the curve with these things. Like
Mhm.
they know the IWC so well, and they're just like totally like playing the shit out of us, and it's so fun. Like with the Chad Gable stuff, and like not like because they know that we irritatingly read the dirt sheets or hear rumors about all these contracts ending, so they just love fucking with us. Like the Ricochet stuff, another
Mhm.
example. I don't know what the fuck's happening with Ricochet. I keep going back and forth on it. It's fun. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, like what if he's just like, what if him and Samantha are getting married? And so to like write him off for like the honeymoon, they're doing this or something. Like
Yeah,
there's so much that could be going on.
true. Very true.
But I mean, we'll find out when he either pops up somewhere else or comes back onto WWE TV.
I know. It would have been so sick to see Ricochet on Forbidden Door. Obviously, I know I'm assuming that he has a 60 to 90-day clause for WWE in his contract, a no compete, but who knows? They're also trying to get rid of no competes across the board
Yeah.
legally, so I'm curious how that's going to impact WWE if that goes through.
Yeah, I I mean, if they get rid of non-competes, I think um Triple H will just gently be crying in his office. Not like gently crying. If it was under Vince's, it would be heaping sobs. So
Totally.
Triple H will be like, I know this is good for the wrestlers, but this is gonna be such a pain in my ass.
That's funny.
Um,
Oh,
all right. And then we have Bailey versus Piper Niven. Who you got? Piper obviously being the hometown hero in this situation.
I just think it's really cool that they're, with this pay-per-view being where it is, that they're featuring people who are
Hmm.
actually from the region. It's pretty dope. So I like that aspect. That being said, I don't think Piper's gonna win, but I think it's gonna be a badass match.
I agree. I think we're going to see some great stuff. I think that this could be a really great launching off pad for Piper. Because I think a lot of
Yeah.
people unfortunately see her as Chelsea Green is awesome, but I think a
Mhm.
lot of people see her just as like Chelsea Green's sidekick.
I kind of wish they would have. I love the two of them together, but I kind of wish they would have like because I feel like when her and Piper first teamed up, Piper was kind of still playing like the tough girl kind of card a little bit. And now she's like really softened up, and I like that transition. But I almost feel like they would have played out like the frustrated, like grumpy Piper aspect longer. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
I love them together regardless. It's not a complaint. It's just I don't know. I love Piper Niven too. So
Yeah, I really like her a lot, and I'm glad she's Piper Niven again and not fucking Dewdrop.
that worst name in wrestling history. It's got to be top five,
Yeah,
top three even. Like, oh,
it's bad.
so
It's
bad.
bad. Um, and then we have Cody versus AJ Styles in an I Quit match.
Is the belt actually on the line during the I Quit match? I can't remember.
I believe so, yes. It's not like they're not quitting WWE. They just have to say the I quit.
I know. I love that you specify for me because I get so confused by that. But I mean, Cody's retaining, hands down, hands
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
Is
I think
the next match the last match that you're
yeah.
about to say?
Hmm. Yes.
Your bisexual Undertaker.
Yes, 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 yes. Um I I have to say, like, I'm excited for every single match on this card. Like, there isn't a weak match listed, which is
Totally.
amazing. Thank God WWE puts in those big video packages for pee breaks because if
Yes.
this was an AEW show, you'd have to go in a diaper.
I love that like you and I are always so flame brain with that because I was just gonna say the same damn thing, except I was gonna say AEW needs to take a page out of WWE's book and have those goddamn promo packages built in. I never have enough time from ever any AEW event. I miss something if I have to go pee or grab food or anything.
Yeah. It's like, oh, good, Jericho's coming out. I have to pee.
Yeah, exactly.
Using that
Oh,
burning tree for something else.
By the way, GCW this weekend in Mesa, speaking of Jericho, unfortunately, Kylie Ray is going to be wrestling on the
Mm.
card. I'm excited for that.
I was really curious about where you were going with that. I was like, is Jericho going to GCW?
I'm also going to get to see a local talent named Brittany Brooks, who I love, who's going to be going against Billy Starks.
Oh,
So that's
nice.
going to be sick. So
Yeah,
anyway, that's a side tangent, but yeah, really excited to see Kylie Ray wrestle.
that'll be cool. I look forward to you reporting back.
Hell yeah.
Um, yes, this brings us to our finale of the show, which will definitely Drew McIntyre's in the match, so we know this is going on last. Um,
Bisexual Undertaker appearing.
yes. So we have the bisexual Undertaker, aka Damian Priest, um, versus what was it that Pat McAfee called him on? That sexy bastard or something, um
Nice. Okay.
or something on, or handsome bastard on whatever on commentary. Or not, no, he announced him to the ring. Drew McIntyre. Who do you have winning this?
I'm sorry for your loss, Sabrina. I think that it's time for Drew to have a big moment. It's gonna be huge.
I oh I kind of think CM Punk is gonna get involved and screw Drew so hard.
Ah, the crowd would be so fucking amped. Oh, that's kind of dope to think about.
I really think, I think Damian Priest is retaining,
Okay.
only because I think CM Punk is gonna fuck around.
God, that's so good. That's so good.
Um,
Yeah, that'd be good.
if there was no CM Punk factor, like I don't think Priest would have a chance in the world. But and I love Damian Priest, love him, but
Okay. If you are a fan in the audience, would CM Punk's involvement at the end, because this is the last match, top of the
mhm.
card, it's gotta be. I mean, this is what we're assuming is gonna. I mean, this is what came out for like they can pivot at the last minute like they always do. AEW does that all the time, but WWE right now it's seeming like this is gonna be the main event.
Yeah.
If you were in the crowd, would you feel like you got your money's worth if Drew lost, but you got to see more of that like hilarious banter and like tension between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre? Would that be worth it for you?
I think so, as long as they didn't have him start singing again. Like like they did the last time that Drew lost. Um in the UK. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. Like they might actually set the building on fire. Um
This fire burns. Is that what you're trying to say?
if I will say, if Priest manages to retain, he's going to have to just drive right to the airport, probably in an armored vehicle with Triple H, and they're both just gonna have to fly out. Like,
I don't. The way that like European UK fans are, I, I I want to see what happens because I can see what you're saying. I
mhm,
still think Drew's gonna win, but I think he's gonna get the belt, and then CM Punk's gonna come out and kick the shit out of him immediately after.
that could also happen. Like, I
So
don't
many possibilities.
there's so many,
Yeah.
like if Drew like not retains, if Drew wins, I'm not going to be upset. Like, I think that'll be an amazing moment for him,
Yeah.
like in Scotland, to win that.
Hmm.
If he loses because of CM Punk, I'm also like not upset with that, because there'll be so much fire. Like, Drew might actually
Okay.
rip his face off.
Remember? Okay, Gangrel coming through the ring, right?
Oh
At
yeah.
the last AEW pay-per-view, Double or Nothing. What if Punk waits since like the 2 count and then he pops through the ring?
Oh my God. And it just goes
Neener, neener, neener.
oh my God, can you imagine?
When is Money in the Bank?
Let's see.
Oh my
Money,
gosh.
Money in the Bank is July 6th.
July 6th. Yeah, I was gonna say it's like less than I knew it was within a month of each other, less than a month of each other. It's
Yep.
crazy.
I love Money in the Bank. That'll be fun.
Me too. It's so good.
Would you argue that it's actually a big five because of Money in the Bank?
It's funny because some people hate Money in the Bank too because they feel like those matches should be part of a different pay-per-view. Like, didn't Money in the Bank used to be part of, was it Mania back in the day? I'm trying to remember. It was used to be a
Maybe
sub,
SummerSlam?
maybe. I can't remember. But so people get pissed about that. They're like, people just want to get mad at everything, but they're mad that it's its own separate thing now. But I like that it's its own separate pay-per-view now.
Yeah, especially because there's two different Money in the Bank matches. Like,
Hmm.
and they're long matches.
Yeah.
It would be like throwing the Royal Rumble in with something else, in my opinion, something that's like that.
God, I love the Royal Rumble so much.
Yeah, it's my favorite by far of
Same.
pay-per-views. Yeah, I'm really excited. Do you think we're gonna see, other than perhaps some CM Punk shenanigans, do you think we're gonna see any special appearances? I mean, we're in Scotland, so you,
Ooh, what are you thinking?
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Oh, that's so good, Sabrina.
I I wanna see it. See, that's the thing. Like, if Drew wins, I mean, I would. Can you even imagine like Joe Hendry just like singing a little song for Drew on his way to the ring?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. Joe Hendry coming out at the end could save, like, to counterbalance some of this. If Drew
oh yeah,
loses, Joe Hendry coming out at the end could save this
yeah. Oh my God,
from
yeah.
a riot. Just, just to be clear, it could save them from a riot.
Throwing Joe Hendry to the pack of rabid fans, like, here, look at this, don't kill us,
It says, "I believe in Joe Henry," and then in fine print, it's like to save us from getting this place burned down or something.
right? I could see like that being the pitch to Joe Hendry from Triple H. Like, we believe that you are the only thing that can save us.
And then he just turns, Joe Henry turns around. He's saying, "You believe in Joe Henry?"
Mm-hmm.
Oh God,
But
I'm excited for this one though.
yeah, me too. I love the UK crowd, so it'll be fun.
Hell yeah, it's gonna
Ooh.
be good. I'm really stoked about the limited number of matches on these cards. It's making it like so much more digestible, and it's giving time to wrestlers when they deserve it. It's cool.
Yes, yeah. Um, yeah, because like the crazy thing is, even if all of these matches were an hour long, you would have a 5 hour pay-per-view, which isn't terrible. These matches are not going to be five or an hour long each, but they could be.
Yeah,
They
it's
could.
true.
Whereas if Tony Khan did that, it would be like a 12-hour pay-per-view.
Something I'm not gonna say it's controversial, but it's just realistic in terms of like someone like a Piper Niven, right? Who is built differently than like the early 2000s, 90s, like diva type wrestler, right? And like the fact that like no matter what, like she is getting to be in a title match on a pay-per-view, home turf, getting that much dedicated time, like, and like what you said, like it potentially pivoting her career in that way, like
Yeah.
that is so fucking cool. And like I think that's what people don't think about. Like some people are pissed that like the matches, there's less matches now, but they're not seeing like the quality and like the that's a fucking moment in her career, like a
Yeah,
thing that she's gonna remember the rest of her fucking life. I think it's so
absolutely.
fucking badass.
Yeah. Um, the women's wrestling is just night and day now. Like just absolutely night and day from what it was. Um,
Yeah, and arguably like for wrestling for men too, like men who are going to get time on this card to like show off when they wouldn't have necessarily gotten that time essentially. I think it's pretty cool.
yeah, I mean, if you think back 20 years, Sammy, Chad, AJ
Yeah.
Styles, Cody even, like none of them would have been considered like big enough, like just size
Yes.
wise. Damian Priest and Drew are the only ones that would probably still be on the card. Um,
Right.
but oh my God.
Yeah.
I I
I
was
mean, we could even
what
tell even Damian Priest though, like size wise, yes, but like heritage and descent wise, like with the racism built into wrestling too, like that's so progressive and huge at the same time.
the only thing that might have saved him was the bisexual Undertaker stuff. Vince probably would have made him lean into that in a really weird way.
Yeah. Yeah. Gross. Ooh.
You know there would have been a dance involved. Like it would have
Ugh, God.
like I would have hated to have to watch it. Um,
Yeah.
but I'm real curious about what kind of fucked up shit he would have made him do. I'm glad he doesn't have to, but
I just thought of the most fucked up idea for a video, but we should totally do it. It's like how Vince would have booked this for like whatever.
oh my God. You like run down like each wrestler or something.
Yeah, like pick current gimmicks and like how what Vince would have done instead.
hmm Yeah, like Damian Priest would have been coming out with like a ball gag or something.
Oh God.
Oh my God. Sorry, I just started picturing things. All right. On that note, look for that episode with some sort of warning coming soon.
Probably multiple warnings, yeah.
Right.
And apologies. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry, but we're going to say some really screwed up things.
Oh my God.
Um, all righty. Any further thoughts?
No.
Okay. Do you want to do our sign off?
Sure. Okay. In the name of our Lord and Savior,
Willow Nightingale,
Willow Nightingale, hey, the babe with power.
Power of Voodoo. Voodoo, you do.
Smile anyway.